We're not Chinese-owned or controlled by political party.
We see no sign of CCP in their Fremont, California facility. We see no sign of CCP in their Cleveland, Ohio. This we call collaborating evidence.
Headquartered in Fremont, energy company Gotion Inc. is facing criticism for promoting CCP ideology. Its parent company, Gotion High-Tech, is headquartered in Hefei City, China. It openly pledges its allegiance to the CCP on its company website and ESG reports. In one 2021 report, their company employees celebrated the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party. Gotion's party branch of Qingdao visited Red education bases, recited party membership, and visited revolutionary base areas.
The issues such as China, which Gotion says they're not.
A Chinese-owned electric vehicle battery factory set to...
Controversial plans to build a $2 billion Chinese-owned factory in Michigan.
Goshen's CCP ties are real and not alleged. But
massive handout to the Chinese company.
I'm going to continue to fight against this Chinese influence, and I hope my colleagues will do the same.
China's our #1 enemy.
Wait for it. Constitution of the Communist Party of China.
Saying we need to stand up to the Chinese, and suddenly the Michigan Department of Agriculture comes for you.
We're not Chinese-owned or controlled by political party.
The Detroit News reports Gotion Inc., parent's company, that's who's building the battery plant, has numerous references in its corporate bylaws requiring loyalty to the Chinese Communist Party. Of course, that's just fine with the Democrats who control Michigan, like Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Over questions about Goshen's parent company and its ties to the Chinese Communist Party.
For us, we don't want the arm of the Chinese Communist Party right here in our small town. But think about this. This is truly an organization. It clearly states it has to be the Chinese Communist Party setting up in the middle of the country.
If you choose to give these funds to Gotion, you are a Benedict Arnold. You are a traitor to this republic. You are a traitor to your children's future. Thank you.
Red flags are everywhere.
This company pledges allegiance to the Chinese Communist Party and should be determined as a threat to our national security.
We're not Chinese-owned or controlled by political party.
Really?
But again, Gotion is not Chinese-owned. We are not part of the PRC.
Again, Communist Party China.
Questions persist over the Chinese company.
This is not a small group of protesters, as our dishonest local representation states.
This is not a partisan issue. The concern for our environment, the concern for our national security, I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party, or whatever, it impacts us all the same.
A Gotion executive in the U.S. says the allegations have no basis in fact whatsoever, insisting the Chinese Communist Party has no influence on North American operations.
We don't want the CCP here by way of the Gotion plant, as they have no regard for the value and dignity of human life.
The governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, just gave more than $700 million in taxpayer money to fund a massive Chinese battery plant in Big Rapids, Michigan.
Gotion is a Chinese communist-controlled company.
The issues such as China, which Gotion says they're not.
Really?
It's going to be primarily Chinese-owned within a few months, for the record.
Really?
Despite the fact that they say we're a subsidiary, we're in California, it does not matter. It's an appendage of the Hefei-based China, Gotion High-Tech Company Limited, and their parent company, Nanjing Holdings.
Wait for it. Again, Communist Party of China. Got it.
I would recommend you ask Mr. Thelen why that's not happening.
Communist Party of China.
It's going to be primarily Chinese-owned within a few months, for the record.
The fine senators are digging up information daily about the CCP involvement.
Red flags are everywhere.
So any claims that this company is not tied to the Communist Party of China is a flat-out lie.
This is not a small group of protesters, as our dishonest local representation states.
The ownership of the company, the parent company, Gotion High-Tech, is based in China, and in their Articles of Association actually has a dependence on the Chinese Communist Party, that there has to be an allegiance and to promote the activities of the Chinese Communist Party. So even though there's an American subsidiary, the parent company is based in China.
Really?
After a Chinese-owned industrial firm.
Wait for it.
But again, Gotion is not Chinese-owned. We are not part of the PRC.
Mr. Thelen continues to claim that there is no CCP involvement, and all of the records and the information coming in does not support his claim.
So any claims that this company is not tied to the Communist Party China is a flat-out lie.
But again, Gotion is not Chinese-owned. We are not part of the PRC.